Madam President.
The senator from Arkansas.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent that the order for the quorum call be rescinded.
Without objection.
Thank you. Madam President, I stand here as someone that's very interested in our nation's veterans. We owe the men and women who stood in defense of our nation the care and services that they deserve, for the sacrifice that they've committed for our country. My dad served in the Air Force for over 20 years, and his service and sacrifice is no small part of why I'm a member of the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee, previously the House Veterans Affairs Committee, and requested to be a member of the Veterans Affairs Committee in both chambers because we made a commitment to take care of those who put their lives on the line for our safety and ideals, and I believe in carrying out the promise. My mom would routinely ask me when I would see her, "What have you done for our veterans lately?" During my days as a member of the House of Representatives, I was happy to talk about the programs and services we promoted, supported, and passed, and certainly in a very bipartisan way. There is a long list of accomplishments we can be very, very proud of, from modernizing the GI Bill so our veterans can get the education that they need so that they can succeed in life after the military, to helping our veterans pursue the dreams of owning a business, to improving the medical services our veterans need for their wounds that they've suffered while serving our country. But unfortunately, problems exist. In my Arkansas office, and I think this is true of most congressional offices, we have a number of dedicated staffers. In fact, we have 3 dedicated staffers who handle veterans-related issues. They help cut through the red tape of the Department of Veterans Affairs to get the care and attention our veterans earned. Last year, more than 40% of the assistance that we provided to Arkansans that involved federal agencies focused on veterans issues. Increasing funding doesn't necessarily mean that we'll have better outcomes. Take, for instance, the claims backlog. This is a huge problem, impacting hundreds of thousands of veterans nationwide. Even some of the simplest claims are stuck in the process. Since 2009, the number of claims pending for over a year has grown despite a 40% increase in VA's budget. The most recent statistics for the Little Rock VA Regional Office show 7,663 total claims are pending. Nearly 54% have been in the process for more than 125 days. The regional office averages nearly 217 days to complete a claim. Thanks to the hard work and commitment of Arkansans who work at the VA, we are making progress on the backlog at the Little Rock office. But there's still work to be done for our veterans. Like the retired lieutenant colonel in Arkansas who's eligible for benefits he earned for his service in the military, he's not receiving the correct pay. The Defense Finance and Accounting Service approved his paperwork in August and sent it to VA. It's been 6 months and still no decision has been made. This is an easy case and it simply shouldn't take that long. Retired Command Sergeant Major Richard Green lives in Sherwood and has already received his retirement benefits, but he filed for benefits for his wife the month after they married in October 2012. It took 16 months to process that paperwork, much longer than he was used to during active military service when this sort of paperwork was fixed within 1 or 2 paychecks. Every part of the claims process is overwhelmed and bogged down. Paul Cupp from Fort Smith, Arkansas had been working on his VA appeal since 2009. He was happy to get part of it approved in 2013 after 4 years of waiting. However, months later, he's still waiting for his rating to get updated and to see the actual benefits from that decision. And the widows of our veterans are not exempt from this backlog either. One Arkansan in her early 70s has been working on her claim since 2005. Is still awaiting a decision on appeal. 9 years is certainly unacceptable. Instead of fixing the existing challenges our veterans are facing through fully implementing what we've committed ourselves to, increasing accountability, improving efficiency, some of my colleagues think the best way to tackle this is by expanding programs and increasing the responsibility of VA. The problem is we're putting more people on a system that is clearly overwhelmed and needs improvement. This isn't the fault of VA, which I believe is fully committed to meeting all of the demands that our veterans in Congress expect from it. However, VA can only do so much, and as the number of veterans and the complicated nature of their needs increases, we must not pile on additional responsibilities that overwhelm the agency. And I think a recent, with the announcement of Senator Hagel, in the sense that we're going to have this potentially, a significant drawdown in the military. Many of those individuals will come into the VA system. While the bill before us in the Senate has worthwhile programs that I support and have championed, we shouldn't expect a massive mandate imposed on VA to change the outcomes we experience. We need a measured approach to changes. They must be done over time and include oversight to make sure our veterans are receiving the attention they deserve in a timely manner.